guys, my name is Megan Dority. I'm a bartender here at Brick and Ivy, and I'm with the Poor People Podcast, and I'm going to show you a few drinks that we have here today. So the first one's going to be like kind of a spicy margarita called the Zambrano. It's on our cocktail menu. So we're going to do a little bit of 1800, a little bit of triple sec, a little bit of lime juice. We're going to throw a couple jalapenos in there to get that spice. A little bit of orange juice just for flavor and color. I'm going to go get some sour real quick. Shake that bad boy up, not too much though, because the sour will explode on me. And we got our sriracha salt rim glass as well. We're just gonna dump that in there. Get a little extra lime on there. Another jalapeno. There is our first one, the Zambrano. The next one is a different form of a margarita, still kind of the same vibe. So we got some more of our 1800. We're gonna build it in the glass. A little triple sec. Some lime juice. This one's a little different. We're getting our pomegranate juice. We're gonna do a few splashes of that, and then I'm gonna go grab some cranberry as well to top this one off. We got the salt rim on this one. Add a little bit of lime on there too, and this one is gonna be our seasonal coming up in March. It's called the Spring Training, so look out for that next month. All right, and our last one is going to be an NA version of what we have on our menu. It's called the Zobris. Usually you would get like Mandarin vodka, Captain Pineapple, Malibu in there, but we're just gonna keep it simple with a little bit of orange juice. We're gonna hit it with some pineapple juice, and to top it off, I'm gonna get some tropical Red Bull, which I did not bring up here because I thought there would be a can. So I'm gonna run downstairs and grab one real quick. I didn't realize there was no tropical Red Bull upstairs, so I was in the middle of the drink and I'm like, shit, I don't have any tropical Red Bull. And then we're gonna finish it off with a little tropical Red Bull and an orange for the garnish. Cute little mocktail that we got. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Poor People.
Welcome to Poor People.
We are here with Megan at Brick and Ivy. And then, so we're doing something different. We're doing our soup of the day at the end, but we know what it is. But can you tell us, you said it's two variations of margarita?
Yeah, so one's going to be our seasonal. It's got, obviously, the tequila, triple sec. I forgot the recipe already. Give me one sec. It's been about a year since I've made it. So yeah, lime juice, cranberry, pomegranate juice.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So a little bit of a twist. And then the other one's pretty much just a regular old spicy margarita.
Is it called something different?
It's called the Zambrano. We have a lot of Cubs themed drinks.
Oh,
Okay.
As you can tell by the whole restaurant. But
Well, because that's what I think you mentioned to one of us, that like you were saying that this place was like intended to be a Chicago Cubs bar.
Yeah. Well, the owner of this place, huge Chicago Cubs fan, so he just decided why not make a whole restaurant out of it.
Yeah. Huh. Are you a sports fan yourself?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean,
no,
I'll watch whatever, but yeah. Go
No,
sports,
I get that.
Go sports, yeah.
But you guys show a lot of baseball, obviously, and
for
a lot
sure.
of Cubs.
Yeah.
A lot of Cubs stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So
Okay.
are you busier for that season?
We definitely are. I mean, it goes between both football and baseball, I want to say.
Just being a sports bar in general. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Do you think more people come in for Cubs games, or does it just kind of equal?
It kind of equals out, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Chicago Cubs, like, I mean, it's like everywhere, obviously in Iowa especially. It's like probably one of the more popular professional baseball teams,
sure.
I think, for Des Moines anyways. But the like amount of people, like, that's what I always think about, because I work at a Chiefs bar. So it's like, I was like, you almost have to be like one of the like surrounding states sports teams bar in order to like actually like do good. Like, you couldn't be like a Philadelphia Eagles bar in Iowa. I mean, maybe you could. There's a Green Bay Packers bar that I've been to around here, but.
So, okay, I'm not a sports fan whatsoever, but do you guys see, like, being at sports bars, like, the rival team, do they, like, avoid the bar, or do they ever come in, like, to the bars?
I'll let you go first.
I say we get a little bit of everybody coming in here, because we have a bunch of different, like I've seen almost every team.
Right. So it's
come
like
here.
first you're a
Yeah.
sports bar, but then you're like the team bar.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Do you get
Interesting.
people ever like, excuse me, yelling at each other like because they're
Sometime-
opposite
yeah.
teams?
There have been fights. It's mostly about football teams, but yeah.
I was gonna say that's like the most annoying thing to me where like, and I've had to like break up fights, like arguments at the bar before where they're like, well, this player didn't do this like 6 seasons ago or whatever. And it's like, dude, no, it's fucking basketball.
Nobody
like nobody
cares.
gives
Yeah.
a shit, dude. Like you are getting worked up over a player playing a game that you have no contact with. Like
It's not that serious.
chill the
It's
fuck
not
out,
that
dude.
deep, yeah.
Yeah. And I can imagine like Cubs fans would be even like crazier, especially like as you get closer to Wrigley Field in Chicago.
Oh, yeah,
but
for sure.
but like I could also see it here too, because like baseball is like, I've always thought that baseball is like a drinking sport.
It definitely
Like
is. Yeah.
it's more
Are all
fun to
sports
watch.
a drinking sport?
I mean, yeah, kind of, but like
Fair point,
baseball
yeah.
goes on for like ever. It feels like.
Oh, that's how I feel with all sports. I don't know.
Yeah, football. Sometimes when you're like watching a football game and it's just going on forever and you're behind the bar, you're just like, God, why is every single thing happening right now in this
Yeah.
game to make it less?
Please.
Yeah, literally. So that these people will leave me alone.
So people hate when you like don't have a sports team, especially if there's a game on. They're like, "Who are you rooting for?" I never know, and I never do enough research to even fake it. But do you guys like fake it?
I do lie sometimes, just
Okay.
depending on who comes in. I'll be like, oh
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah.
I love
Rooting
this
for
team
you.
or this team. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Interesting. Okay.
With my regulars, I'll be like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of extreme sports too. So it's like when people do ask me, I'm like, I don't know, but like I like watching like dirt biking and stuff. So like I
Yeah.
can talk to you about that.
Yeah.
But like,
cross, yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, otherwise, especially with like the two college teams that are here too, like their big rivalry and everything, but I've had people like tip me less because I said the wrong team, that I was like
Oh,
a fan
really?
of the wrong team. Yeah. Like Iowa State versus Iowa, basically, I'd be like, well, actually, I'm more of an Iowa fan. I don't fucking watch either, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But I would just be like, in my head, I had more fun in Iowa City, so like that'd be my team. It's
Okay.
based on the city, not based on like the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they'd be like, ooh, and then they'd be like, well, I was gonna buy you a shot, but now I'm not going to. I swear to God, that's
See,
happened to me
I
before.
do not.
That's messed up.
That's fucked up. I do not respect that whatsoever. I don't even pretend. I'm like, I am not a sports girl. Like, sorry. And they're like, well, you should root for. And I'm like, okay, then I will. Like, that's who
Yeah.
I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll be on your
Just
side
like,
then, I guess.
depending on the customer.
But
Like,
you almost
okay,
have to
rooting
like
for you.
Yeah, you almost have to like get it like ahead of time, like before they cash out. And like if they're wearing that team shirt or something, you have to be like, oh no, I'm a Packers fan or
Yeah.
whatever, you know? And like otherwise if you say it at the end, they're gonna be like, I know you're lying. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Also,
Okay.
we're missing Anna today. Does anybody know where she's at?
Yeah, we haven't heard from her.
Well,
No, I'm
she's just a little bit late, but we'll be fine. She'll maybe show up
No,
for the Patreon.
she is sick.
Yeah,
but
she
we
is
miss
sick.
her.
She ate some bad fish last night. Just kidding.
Name the restaurant.
Yeah. No, but Anna might be on our Patreon. You'll have to subscribe $5 if you want to find out and see if she's going to be there or not. So, just saying. Okay, let's learn a little bit about you, Megan. Tell us
So-
everything. What's your deepest, darkest
No, don't start with that question.
secret? Where do you live? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't answer that.
Well, I've worked here for a little over 2 years now. I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary like last week, I want to say.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, but before this, I was a manager over at Applebees. So
Okay.
going
Nice.
from corporate to like a local place was so relieving, to be honest. It's
Oh, yeah.
way less pressured.
Yeah.
Your ideas, they're actually heard and like,
Right.
yeah.
Huh.
I don't think. Have you ever worked at a corporate place?
haven't.
I haven't either for a restaurant. Okay,
It's
let's.
rough.
So it's Applebees. You said our producer has wanted to get into Applebees for like ever, and so like I think it's I want to like dive into that a little bit. Like, Like, what was like since you don't work there anymore, you can talk shit about them, right?
Yeah.
You didn't sign like an NDA or
I
anything.
don't believe so. I don't think so. Not that I can
It's
remember.
okay. Tens of people will see this. So
Do
it's
corporate places have any more benefits?
I mean, if you're a manager, yeah, you get like insurance,
Which you were.
benefits and-
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did have like
I
insurance
mean,
through your job?
I did not. I was
Okay,
like
gotcha,
a key
gotcha.
hourly compared to like HR or HM and then
Gotcha.
kitchen manager. Yeah.
Okay.
So is that like a
So,
shift
yeah.
manager? Is that closer
Yeah.
to that?
Shift
Okay.
manager. Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What was like the hardest part about working at Applebee's? Angry customers, I would assume, and
Yeah.
then drunk.
We're sending an email.
Fake drunk customers off of the $1 Long Islands or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Thankfully, I
God.
wasn't there for those. Oh my goodness, I could not imagine what the Applebee's employees are going through right now, dealing with all those dollar margaritas and stuff.
No,
too.
yeah, no, that's crazy.
But yeah, dealing with my kitchen, they never really taught me anything about the kitchen. So whenever the kitchen had a problem, I'm just like, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how to help you. Like, I can try and help you, but you're going to have to like teach me a little bit since they didn't teach me how to do anything.
That is the weird thing though about being a shift manager is like they'll give you keys to the building but won't tell you how to
Yeah.
do everything. And that's like what always is like kind of been like confusing for me because it's like if I want to go back in the kitchen and learn, I literally have to do it myself while I'm on the clock or come in off the clock, which I'm not going to do.
Yeah.
But like that is just weird to think that like they will literally give you the keys to this place but won't tell you how to make a pizza or like tell you how to
Exactly.
yeah. Also, those Long Islands, are they mixes?
Is it actually a Long Island?
It's like a $1 or $2
Or is it
Long
margarita?
Island or something.
I think, I can't remember.
Let's
It's
look
been
it up.
so long now.
Huh.
I think it is, yeah, just
I'm sure
the
the
liquor and
employees
then,
like have to
sweet
hate
and
that
sour.
because
a
it's
splash of Pepsi or whatever.
yeah.
$1 Long Island iced teas and $2 Long Islands.
Oh, Lord.
That's
They have offered $1, but no, I think it's $2.
Are they like
Crazy.
not
That
doing
inflation.
well or
It's Applebee's. Well, and that's the
Yeah.
thing too is like I can't even remember the last time I was at an Applebee's. I just know they have like their stuff, and I've just like it's one of those places that like of all of the other new restaurants in any city really, like the last place I'm gonna pick to go is Applebee's.
Yeah.
I guess. Would you guys have like crazy business hours though?
Not really. We would close at like 10 at the latest, I want to say. We'd be open like 11 to, yeah, either 10 or 11. So it wasn't too bad at all.
And then like when would you be the busiest at Applebee's?
Definitely during dinner rush, like around 6 or 7, I want to say. Like we had a few people come in for lunch and stuff, but yeah, definitely dinner time.
Have you ever seen the movie Waiting?
I have not. Oh, wait, yes.
Okay,
yes.
with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I always think of like Applebee's and like TGI Fridays
Oh,
whenever
my
I watch
Lord.
that movie. That's what it would be
They
like.
do kind of get off the same energy.
Yeah, because it's like a
Yeah.
corporate restaurant, you know, and you have like corporate bartenders and stuff, and like I think that would be the nice thing about that is that like at any point you could just call another Applebee's or another like whatever restaurant you're working at and just be like, hey, we need somebody today instead of like we're shit out of luck, we don't have any bartenders today. You know, you could at least like call somebody over.
I mean, yeah, I did work at the one in Pella, and we brought in like people from Altoona to come help us
Yeah.
at some points.
How far away is that from here?
I want to say like at least 45 minutes. So it was quite a drive for them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also our first Altoona bar that we've been to.
yeah.
Yeah. We're mostly in Des Moines usually in like West Des Moines area. And then we went to Cumming for Iowa Distilling, but
Glad we can be in the first.
yeah.
So honored.
Okay, so back to my first question. What's your deepest, darkest secret?
Oh my Lord.
Just kidding.
Jaydn.
I don't even think I
I'm
have
just kidding.
one.
I'm just kidding.
You go
I had a
first.
feeling you were going to ask that question because I saw a clip of you asking that to
Oh
a
my
different person. I'm like,
God.
oh, Lord,
it's
coming,
such a
isn't it?
it's such a good starter question because then they're like, and then I'm like, nah, I'm just kidding. I don't care. I
No,
don't even
an
want to.
easier one.
I don't even want to know, to be honest, because it would be bad. I would assume for everybody.
Oh my gosh. So what brought you here specifically?
Well, I moved to Des Moines and I was just kind of looking at like I just literally Googled like restaurants in the area like close to where I was gonna be living, and I
Yeah.
saw this place and I was like, that wouldn't be too bad to be honest.
Yeah.
And like it was good reviews and stuff too, so I just
Yeah.
applied and they accepted me, thankfully.
Nice.
So
So are you behind the bar primarily, or
Yeah.
do you serve? Okay.
I
Gotcha.
used to be a server here for like a year, and then a year ago they moved me to bartending, and I've just been doing that ever since. So
Yeah. Nice.
pretty nice. I like my own little spot back there.
Yeah. What
so.
days
Yeah.
do you usually work? What are your hours like?
Usually on weekends, I'm usually like 3 or 4 days a week now. I used to be like full time, like 50 hours here, but thankfully,
rough.
yeah, thankfully I've been cut down a little bit. So
Yeah.
I'm usually weekends and then like one weekday maybe.
Okay. Nice.
When you were working here for 50 hours a week, what was like your schedule?
It was Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, usually double on like 1 or 2 of those days, and then Sunday as well.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But so
It
you would
was
do the
rough.
like 3 days, or 3 days off, 4 days on.
Yeah,
Thing.
usually.
Is that what you did at Applebee's too?
I was there 5 days a week, I want to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
just random,
Yeah.
whatever they could fit me in.
That's one of those things that I think is like really under talked about, underestimated, under whatever the word is. But it's like underappreciated, I
Yeah.
guess, is that like you can have a 4-day schedule and then have 3 days off in the week. And like
That is nice.
that's usually really nice because like those 3 days you can do whatever you want instead of like, and then
They are
4
my
days you
reset
like
days.
work your ass off for those 4 days and that sucks. But like then you get 3 days off. Like it's not
Yeah.
like a hard schedule, I guess. But and especially if you did Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wait. I'm
See,
thinking
this
of
is
5
this is
days.
what it
I'm
does. The
thinking of-
corporate
yeah,
world.
for
I'm
real.
just kidding.
What day is it?
Yeah. Days
The
all kinda
corporate
just
world
merged together
melts
at
your
this point.
brain. Applebee's Long Island's melt your brain. I'm going
For
on record
real.
saying that.
I wouldn't
Also-
be surprised, to be honest.
Also, I used to drink underage at Applebee's, so there. Ha! I'm just kidding. I swear to God, I don't
That's
think I
hilarious.
ever got ID'd once at Applebee's.
They just don't care.
I'm pretty sure you were the manager then. No, I'm just
wow,
kidding.
really?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but I'm sorry. So wait, how long have you been here then?
Yeah, so 2 years now.
Okay, 2 years. And then, like, what was your reason? Did you already ask this? Like, what was your reason for leaving Applebee's? You weren't just like, fuck the corporate world,
I
I'm
mean,
out.
I was kind of tired of it, to be honest. Just like I felt like I was just being watched the whole time, and like our boss wasn't too great of a person, or like I don't know, the regional person. She watched like 5 different stores, I want to say. But yeah, I was also moving, so I didn't want to take the trip down to Pella every single day. It was just too much. So I was
Yeah.
like, find something closer, something better.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I chose local because this place is a lot better than my last job, I want to say.
Yeah. Well, did you have other options that you wanted to go to?
I mean, not really. I was just kind of praying that I got this job because we were kind of short on the timeline of like, we need to get our shit going and like get this done. But
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
didn't have too many options.
I feel like especially like a rooftop bar, you know, like you're gonna do well, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Are your guys' hours different in the summer? Do you work any more
We're
in the summer?
usually open like an hour late. I mean, Tuesdays and Wednesdays we close at 9, I think. So it's just an hour later usually, but
Yep.
yeah, we usually keep the same hours no
Gotcha.
matter what.
How do you guys like differentiate working upstairs and downstairs?
So we'll usually have like 2 or 3 different people on the rooftop and then however many servers down here, and then we just kind of send up who we need to. And like food runners, they hate running the food upstairs, but like
Oh yeah.
they gotta do it.
Yeah. And you said you do have an elevator here, right?
Yeah, it's around that corner over there. It's the slowest elevator in the world, I swear.
It takes 3 minutes to go up
Yeah,
3 stories.
at least. Yeah.
Do you
Is
guys
it?
have an ice machine up there?
We do, thankfully,
Okay, I
so
was
we
gonna
don't have
say,
to run ice up and down.
I used
yeah.
to bar back at a rooftop bar, and the ice machine was downstairs, and I had to
would
go up
be
like 3
awful.
flights of stairs.
Oh, I could not imagine.
Yeah.
So when you guys have food upstairs, you have to go up the stairs. You're like, are you guys as food runners allowed to go in the elevator?
I mean, just depending on how much food there is. Like, if there's bigger parties, then yeah, we usually either like put it on like our big cart that we have, or if we need to, we put it on the trays and we have to carry that thing upstairs. Which, if you have like 3 or 4 of those big plates with the bowls on top, oh my lord, kills my wrists every time.
Yeah, I bet. And if you can't see, these stairs, like we went up there once before we set up here, and it's like it's a lot of
workout.
stairs.
Yeah, it's a workout.
It's a lot
every
of stairs.
time. I definitely get my cardio in the
Oh
summer.
yeah, for sure. I worked at we had a rooftop bar also, and it was not as big as those stairs. Like those stairs are like you could like run up and like just be enough that you're like okay before you actually like get out of breath. but I will say too, the upstairs was like, do you guys have a dumbwaiter too? No, you don't. You just have an elevator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just the elevator.
Because we had a dumbwaiter, which was really nice. So like, unless there was like a really big like order of food for like a big party or something, then you would have to take the elevator instead of the stairs. But I always liked the elevator because like if you did take it at all, which I usually tried to avoid taking it because obviously like servers would take it and like take their sweet ass time and like, you know, whatever, keep the doors closed and shit. But that's why I love the elevator because
Yeah.
I would like go in there and just like chill for like 5
Yes,
seconds with
your
just
mom
like
in a piece
silence.
for a
Yeah.
minute, yeah.
And the fact that your elevator takes longer is almost like nicer because you're like, I got at least 3 minutes
Yeah,
to
for
like
real.
catch my breath.
Yeah, sorry, couldn't help it. The elevator's slow.
Yeah, especially for like private parties that we do upstairs and stuff. That's why I offer to run the food a lot of the time so I can just chill out, have
Yeah.
a minute, because some of the people in these private parties are wild.
Yeah. What's it like being right across the street from a theme park?
It's pretty cool, to be honest. I can just like kind of watch all of the rides go during the day, and I mean, jealous that I'm not there, obviously. But
yeah.
I feel like that would be the worst. Like if you're like on you're having a bad day and you like come into work and you like don't really want to be here, and then you're just like, God, look at how much fun those fucking people are having.
really.
it is a little sad sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, I could be on that roller coaster right now. I
That
could
should
literally
be
walk
me.
over to
Right?
it. Could have been me.
Do you seem to get any like traffic from the theme park?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, especially like, I don't want to complain, but like especially before we're about to close, because that's when people usually are
Right,
coming out
kicked
of
out of
Adventureland.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes the money worth it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, we definitely have a lot of traffic coming from there.
Do you feel like you get a lot of like already really drunk people because of that?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because I feel like if I go to Adventureland, and maybe I shouldn't say this on record, but like, but usually I get pretty lit up there. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, you know,
It's
and you're
easy
there
to,
the whole
yeah.
day. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I went anywhere after Adventureland, I'd be like, it's game over. Like I got to Uber home if I'm
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, we get a few drunk people, mostly families that I've seen though come in.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Drunk.
Not drunk
kidding.
families.
It's
Hopefully
mostly
kids
the
ain't drunk
families that
too.
are really drunk when they come in here.
Oh god.
Do you, since you guys work across the street from there, do you guys get like discounts over there or
No,
like
I
do
wish.
specials?
That'd be so cool. But
You don't do
no.
like an Adventureland?
Adventureland, hook us up. Come on.
Yeah, for
yeah,
real.
actually.
Yeah.
Wait, actually? We need to get in there.
Yeah, we should. They have the swim up bar. We do the whole
Yeah.
episode in the pool.
Are you
Oh,
kidding?
that'd be
Wait.
That'd be
sick.
super
No,
cool.
we need to like start this now. We're working on this.
Yeah,
He's not listening.
he's swim up bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got approval. And now Adventureland, email us and then we'll get a special going over here too.
Yeah.
And then we'll get, yeah, dude, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Have you guys ever thought of that though? Like pitching it to them or something?
I'm
that
not
like,
sure. I could not tell you.
I feel like they're a hard
Be a pretty
sale.
good- Yeah.
They're a hard sale because they have like, they're like their own little economy in there. It's like Disneyland, but for,
Well, I know they got new owners not too long ago too, and I
Yeah.
think they've been like more strict than the last
Yeah.
owner. So
Lame.
Yeah, no,
Somebody's always got to ruin it.
for real.
I did see some like weird old pictures, not to just talk about Adventureland, but like I did see some weird old pictures of like Adventureland, like when it first opened, and it was like this like creepy clown sign, and like it looked like a place that you would go to die, basically in a movie, like in like a horror movie of some sort. Wow, shit. All right. Oh, fuck. I forgot
You
about
just see
that.
Pennywise in the corner.
Yeah, it does. It does seem. Yeah, it looked like John Wayne Gacy, like on the like thing. We'll have to input a picture in here if Mike can hear this, but
He doesn't care about us.
You got to input a picture here of the old Adventureland sign, of the creepy clown sign. I have a picture of it, but I'll send it to you anyways. Anyways, okay. What did you do before Applebee's?
I worked at Dairy Queen.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to work at Dairy Queen, and I even had multiple friends that worked there. And when I was like trying to get a job when I was 14, I was like, hell yeah, this is going to be the place to work for the summer. I applied like 4 times, never got the job.
What
Now
rough.
look at me.
Yeah.
Bartending and drinking my life away. Thanks a lot, Dairy Queen.
What you could have had.
You missed out on this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd make the shit out of that Frosty. It's not even Frosties.
the Blizzard.
Blizzards.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started there when I was 15, worked there till 18, and I also became a shift manager there too. So
Nice.
that was lovely. So I was running the kitchen, doing all the ice cream stuff, running the drive-through and the front counter. It was
Yeah.
a lot, but
So it's safe to say you prefer this.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Over the, I want to say $9 an hour that I made doing
At
that. So
Dairy Queen.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
Dairy Queen is one of those like starter jobs. It's like McDonald's in a
definitely is,
way. Like
yeah.
it's a lot of people's first job.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to go from serving up Sundays to working every Sunday at Applebee's? You see that? That was a good transition.
So good.
I mean,
Was it just more the idea of more money, do you think?
yeah, that and just it was close to where I
strict.
live, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you drink here on the job? No. Okay. Heard.
What's that? I'm just
She's
kidding.
not on the
I'm
clock.
just kidding.
Fuck off,
Yeah, I'm
Jaydn.
not on the clock.
Oh man.
That it's a sparkling water.
It's a LaCroix. It just looks like a high noon.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Okay, so what's like the busiest day? So I kind of read the little like note that you gave us about everything. So you weren't here in 2020. You've been here like 2 years, you
Yeah,
said?
I was not here during all those COVID times.
Yeah. Do you I heard you were very ambitious for an employee here. That you are like a go-getter and that you like love like this
I mean,
was
I
a
try
last
to
minute
be.
thing. Yeah. Well, I was going to say too, like we were supposed to interview somebody else today and you like last minute agreed to do
Yeah,
this.
I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Out of my comfort zone a little bit, like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I love it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How nervous are you?
I was pretty nervous coming in,
Oh,
but
really?
like talking to you guys
Yeah, are you
beforehand.
feeling
Yeah.
a little
yeah.
better that
yeah.
we're into
Yeah,
it?
you're killing
I
it.
get
You're
that.
killing
Thank
it.
you.
All right. So with that, what's your deepest, darkest secret?
No.
Oh my God. I am sorry because we are like sometimes we like really rapid fire with the questions.
Yeah, we do.
That's like
That's what I'm doing right
Tell
now
me
is I'm
everything.
stalling because I can't think of any more questions.
oh my God.
Okay.
Okay. I got it. I got a list.
All right.
Jaydn.
We'll get to
It's
the
okay.
deepest, darkest secret later.
I don't have one. We can just answer that now and get it out of the way.
That'll be on our
Good
Patreon
answer. Good answer.
when we keep asking her until she answers.
Jaden's gonna tell a new one every Patreon episode.
That's gonna be a lot of deep and dark
Oh my
secrets.
gosh.
I probably have as many, honestly.
As
no,
if.
I'm just kidding.
You've already told them. I'm sure.
Have I? Was I here for that?
So are you guys like a popular local date night spot? Like being outside of like, you know, downtown Des Moines, like I could see people from the area like coming here. Like
mean,
I don't
kind
know
of.
like of many other like restaurants in the Altoona area, but
Especially during the summertime when we have the patio open and stuff. Like I see a lot of couples coming in and stuff. And like even at the bar, I'll have a lot of couples coming in. But yeah, I would say so.
yeah, just like people who like live close.
Yeah,
like, okay.
for sure.
I will say the first time I ever came here, I was on a date. Didn't go well. I will
Oh,
say.
did it? Oh, I'm
Didn't
so
go
sorry.
well. Not in like a bad way. It was just like I was bored.
Oh my god.
Was she not interesting?
No, she was fine. She was fine. We watched this movie that I didn't know anything about at that big like IMAX theater or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
We went to a movie there, and then afterwards I was like, man, that sucked. I want to go get a drink. And so we came.
You're like, you know
here.
what make this better? 4 shots.
Yeah, literally. And so we came here, and there was a musician playing right here,
Nice.
and we walked up and just sat right on the patio, and then just stayed there. And then yeah, we heard the dude play music for like an hour or two, and then our waitress like let us like go upstairs and check it out, but nobody was up there, so we just like kind of looked around, and then I was like, all right, you want to go home? Not that this place was bad, but we had also already eaten and stuff too, so like I didn't get
just
to
kinda
try any of the
over
food
it,
here.
yeah.
I was just over it. Yeah, it wasn't a bad date. I will take that back. It wasn't a bad date. I was just very bored, I guess I would say, because the movie, I love movies, and like that movie just wasn't very interesting, and I'm pretty sure I fell asleep during it.
What
So,
movie?
like-
Well, no.
Oh God, I can't even remember the name of it. It had the Jonas brother or the dude from One Direction in it or something. It was like some weird trippy dystopian movie with his wife.
Oh, Harry Styles. Was it a Harry?
Yeah, I
that
think
one?
so.
I
And
got told that was a good movie, but I never watched it.
It was like I love like psychological movies like
Yeah,
that, but like
same.
it just wasn't psychological enough for me. It was like I want to see some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to see
You're like,
some
"That's
like
it?"
I was like it was like one of those movies where it just ends and there's a dream. That's not what happens, but it
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and you're just like, what
Right.
the fuck? And they
Yeah.
just like wake up and everything's fine.
It's like a
and you're
lazy ending.
yeah. It was like building up to all of this stuff, and then I fell asleep, and then the ending happened. I was like, man, that sucked.
Interesting.
Ruined it.
Okay.
Ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't great. I wouldn't buy it or watch it again, but I mean, it was whatever. Jaydn's movie reviews.
Okay.
That one sucked.
Well, I'm
No,
gonna
just
watch
kidding.
it and form my own opinion.
I would suggest watching it. Yeah, I would suggest watching it, but I just won't. I'll probably fall asleep again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
You fell asleep.
I
on a
did.
date.
I'm a.
Jaydn, if the guy I went on a date with fucking fell asleep,
Well, we had been dating. We just went on
Yeah.
a date.
okay.
Would you actually?
Okay.
You would leave? Would you leave?
I mean, I don't think I would, but
I don't know. I would
You
be
would
like,
leave?
on the
This,
movie, I
this
guess.
was really great. You're really great. I wish you the best.
And he's just asleep, just like, and you're like, this has been so good. You're talking to him, he's just snoring in the theater, and you're like,
Oh my gosh. I just also don't think that like movie dates are like a good date.
not really, because you don't get to like talk or anything.
No,
that's
it's
what.
just
That's
sitting
It's
what.
just like kind of awkward.
Well, and that's what I was saying. It was like we had already been dating for a while, and
Okay,
it just,
that's
and so
different.
it was like we went on. It wasn't like a first date or
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Okay.
I was just bored with the date.
Fair,
And then we
fair.
came here, and it made it all better, and then we left. So I was in the worst way possible trying to give this place a compliment, but I did not do well at it.
yeah, you phrased it
Sorry.
a little.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh well.
Okay. Anyways, back to live music. So is this where they usually play here?
Yeah, we
Okay.
usually have that big stage come out, and
Okay.
we have a lot of local artists come in. We've had a few people from Nashville
Yeah.
come here too, and it's
Cool.
been pretty cool. Yeah.
Is it usually like solo artists or like full bands or what would you?
Usually solo people. We
Yeah.
did have a band come, Roseland. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but
Okay.
they had like a whole drum set. Like
Yeah.
there was 4 of them. It was huge. We
Cool.
were packed in here that day.
Nice, nice.
Do you guys normally do like solo artists or like?
Yeah, solo artists.
Yeah.
I just asked that. You know?
Oh, sorry. I was my bad. Yeah. This date is
Sorry.
going horribly.
I'm really giving you a lot of shit today. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm not always a bitch.
Anna's not here, so well, she's here in spirit. We should do what we did that one time where Anna was saying all this shit.
You can't even say it.
I can't say it because it's just so funny in my head. All
Oh
the things
my
that she's
God.
been saying right
Yeah.
now. Anna says it on camera, but we don't.
Oh my god.
So
Are the artists usually like typically country artists?
Usually, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
been like the main theme. I mean, we've had some I want to say rock / alternative
Mm-hmm.
artists come in too.
Yeah.
Well, we usually try to get a little bit of everything in here, but yeah, mainly country. I want to say.
And like when there's like an artist booked for that day, you're like, okay, I know there's gonna be a lot of people today.
Yeah, it just really depends on who we bring in. Because Jaydn Beam, I know it's gonna be a full house every time.
Cut that name. He doesn't get any free sponsorship.
My bad.
Jaydn Beam.
No,
I'm just kidding. He's friends with us.
We will tag him.
Cool. But yeah, since he's from Altoona, we get a lot of people in for him.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Yeah.
But again, no free sponsorship. We're going to cut that out.
Poor People Podcast is brought to you by
Tipsy Cub. Tipsy Cub is a preventative hangover powder that allows you to keep drinking throughout the night because it's not alcoholism if you don't have a hangover, right?
As someone who gets terrible hangovers, Tipsy Cub brings me so much peace of mind when I'm drinking.
It's honestly amazing. It sounds too good to be true, but it's way better when you take Tipsy Cub and you're having a night out drinking. Use code POUR20 to receive 20% off your order on tipsycub.com. I love you. Just kidding.
We have your name.
Yeah.
Pay us.
Yeah. Do you think like it's okay, this is what I always think about when like bar venues are always like, oh, we mostly do country. Do you think it's just that country brings in more people here? Or do you think that it's like just the owners only want it to be country?
I think it just brings in people. Like we have like a certain demographic of people that come in here, and we have a lot of like country, not like redneck, I want to say, but a lot of country people come in.
I think it's a Midwest thing.
Yeah.
You know.
It
and
is
do you think that like sports bars and country go hand in hand?
Well, and see, that's what I don't think they normally would. I mean, kind of, sure. I guess more often than not they do, yeah. But I was gonna say at my bar, like where we work at, they do like country and they do alternative, they do rock, they have a dude that comes in with a ukulele and just sings like pop songs on his ukulele and stuff like that. And I think that diversity is always really good because like you're hitting like all of the crowd instead of just like maybe a portion of it, or maybe with country you are hitting all the crowd.
I'm curious too if like the majority of these artists, are they singing covers or do they have like original music?
Usually mostly covers, like not, I want to say like 80% of the time.
Yeah.
There's a few people that have their own original songs, but
people love covers, so I get it, but interesting.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're a country singer like Jaydn Beam and you only do covers, honestly, just kidding.
He has a few originals. I'll give him credit on that.
A few. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're that close.
I'm just kidding. We'll have to
Really
cut that
gonna
out.
call him out like
He
that?
still doesn't get any free sponsorship. He's just provocative. He gets the people going.
I felt bad for calling you out, but
No, we're gonna do an episode with him eventually. That's why I'm talking so much shit. And we gotta show him those clips too. Just be like, what do you think about this? And it's just me shitting on him. That'd be so funny. Okay. I just realized why your place is called Brick and Ivy. Is it because of Wrigley Field? It's like made out of brick and then there's ivy on the walls. No shit. I was literally looking at the thing. I was like, I've seen Wrigley Field 100 times and it never fucking clicked in my head that's why this was called Brick and Ivy.
It's a cute name.
When I first thought of Brick and Ivy, I was like, never mind. I'm just kidding.
Who's share with the class?
Who's Ivy?
I really did. I thought it was a couple. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
Sense.
I was
but
like,
I think that's also what makes it work.
I thought it was like Superman or something like that, or like Spider-Man, or like whoever Ivy is, Batman, whatever. Yeah, me neither. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first time I ever heard of this place, this was like a while ago, but like I was trying to think of like today, like why it's called Brick and Ivy. And then that was when that thought came in my head. I was like, no, I've been there before. Like it's not that. And I didn't put it together that it was a Cubs bar either. But obviously now looking at this thing over here, it's definitely a Cubs bar. What was the question?
I don't remember.
I was just rambling about nothing.
Don't remember.
Oh man.
You're just talking.
Yeah,
There's no
sorry.
question.
I do have a story though, going back to like the first date scenario.
Oh, yeah.
There was this one lady that brought in, it was multiple different days obviously. She kept bringing in like different men every single time. And I don't know why, but I would be the one serving her usually. So
Yeah.
I'd be like, I know what you're onto, but like,
Did you ever call her out?
no, obviously not.
No, never.
I'm not gonna do that.
But was she
no.
ever weird? Like, hi.
Yeah. I want to say she did kind
Don't
of give
say
me a look.
anything.
Yeah.
How do you think she expected you to react to that? Like after like the third dude that she brought in or something? Like, do you think, did she play it off like you guys didn't know each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
it's my first time here.
yeah, we've talked about that, and
Yeah.
like when I see that happening, I absolutely like play as if I've never seen them before.
Not me. I literally am like, what's up?
Get that
Coors
free
Light
food.
again or what? I won't like
Do you
comment.
actually?
I really do. I won't like comment. I'll
Lord.
treat them as a regular.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I don't treat them any different. I don't actually call them out. I'm like, that's not the same dude you brought in 2 days ago, like, or whatever. I would just be
could
like,
never.
I'll just be like, you want a Coors Light? You know, like,
If they have like a regular drink, I don't even like mention it. I'm like,
See-
what can I get you guys? I let them tell me.
I
Played
love the suspense.
Because you know what? They're never like, you know what I want. They're always like, oh, can I get a Coors Light?
Yeah.
They-
See,
They're
I,
like always
that food.
pretending
Get that
to.
free food.
Yeah.
I love
it.
that suspense of like me being behind the bar, like, you want a Coors Light? And then I just stare them in the fucking eyes and I'm just like, I know you want a Coors Light. Oh man, this is why I can't keep regulars probably. Or they'd be like, "Oh, I'll take something else." I'm like, that's not what you had the last time you were here."
Switching it up today. I
Yeah,
see.
switching it up. Yeah, see, it's something as light as that. It's like I like to give the subtle hints of like, you've been here before. Like,
I know you.
You're not
know
fooling nobody. I got invited to your birthday party last week. Like,
I mean, I will say I do think it's weird if they're like out with someone new and they're not like, this is a bar that I go to all the time that I really
Yeah.
love.
What are you
like,
trying
I feel
to
like they
hide?
should be like,
Yeah.
you know, saying that. And if they're not, it's kind of weird.
I agree. Ooh, we should talk about that because, like, what do you think is going on in their mind? Like, are they really just trying to play this person and like get laid, or is it like?
I think they don't. Hot take, maybe.
Yeah, no, let's hear it.
Maybe they don't want it to be known that they like frequent a bar in general,
And that they're
especially
raging alcoholics?
if their date like doesn't go out a lot, and she's like, I never go out, blah blah blah, and they're like, yeah, me either.
I definitely don't have a problem.
Yeah, that's
It's
my
like they
point.
just
I'm not here once a week.
they just lock the liquor cabinet.
I've
They're
been
like,
here a couple times, but I definitely don't know the bartenders by
I can
name.
see that. That could make sense.
Staff
Like
doesn't know
they're
me at all.
Yeah.
maybe they're like embarrassed of like how much they drink or something. I could see that. That I wouldn't call them out for, but you got to tell me that. You got to like let me know.
Yeah.
Like if you're just gonna come in and play it
I
off
feel
like
like-
I'm just gonna play it off. Mm-mm.
But I feel like they expect you to like read the situation. And I feel like as bartenders, we like kind of get good at that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Reading people for sure. Do you think you can read people better, like customers, as they walk in or after they order their first drink?
I want to say after they order.
Yeah.
I gotta get like a vibe.
Depends
from
on their
first.
greeting.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely had people who come in and like call me by name and they're like, I'll have the usual. And then if they come in like with a date or something and they're like, hey, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. How are you? What can I get you guys?
I'm good,
I feel
John.
like they like
you call him by name.
I think they do it on purpose, and I pick
See,
up off of the vibe.
I've never been like that. Okay, I can give a perfect example of this last night. I went to a bar last night close to my house. One of the servers that was working there, we were just drinking. We like ordered a couple appetizers, whatever. But one of the servers there is a good friend of mine that I've known for a long time. And like, this was the first time I'd brought my date to this place. And it was like, well, I'm not going to pretend to not know a friend of mine or that I like don't come here. Like,
That's another thing too. If you're not, like, it's a little suspicious if
Right.
you don't.
right.
But also, I'm not going to be disrespectful. It's none of my business. I'm just going to greet you like any other customer who comes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go
Yeah.
on.
No. Oh, and then also, this is what I wanted to talk about too. We are rapid fire today.
This is a
man.
hot topic, I feel like, because I think this happens often.
It does. Well, and I would never be the person to like put a bartender or somebody that's on the clock like in that situation of like,
Yeah.
you
Also,
have to
if
play
you're
along
worried
with
about
me.
it being weird, like
Right.
don't go to that
Don't
bar.
go there. Yeah, go somewhere
Yeah.
else. Go
Yeah,
to a new place you've never been to. That's way more fun anyways. Like, but I wonder what the mentality is behind that, where they're like, I not only don't want them to like mention that they recognize me, but I'm gonna maybe, because they do know me, like get a discount. Maybe that's the mentality. I don't know.
Yes. I could see that.
But
For
see,
sure.
that's the thing is like, I would just go to where I work and I'd be like, I work here. Like, like if you want to see me every time I work, you can come in here. But otherwise, like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, but I did you have a topic you were going to go into?
No, I thought you were still on yours.
Oh,
'Cause
no.
you
Because I'm going to go into this next topic.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so again, same bar we were at last night. And I wrote this down last night. My girlfriend was straight up like, do you fucking like, are you? And I was like, I already wrote it down. Literally, that's how bad this was. Like she brought it
she's
up.
aware.
She brought it up before I even mentioned it at all. But it happened the second we walked into this place, sat down, like got situated, whatever. And this dude was sitting at the bar yelling on his phone. Like there was a group of like 7 people that came in and stood between us and him, and I could still hear him over that entire crowd of people. And I was like, who the fuck? And at one point he was on the phone and he's like, well, if Jerry doesn't get his head out of his ass, and I'm just like,
bro,
dude,
go outside.
I literally had headphones in. I'm working on my computer, and there's plenty of other people in the bar talking, and I can still hear this guy over everybody. And I'm like partially deaf. I have tinnitus very bad. And like my phone doesn't have the microphone working on it. So I have to use speakerphone. So I realize how annoying that is for other people. And then I was like doing a phone call last night in the bar on speakerphone, and I swear to God, I was still quieter than this guy.
Yeah.
And like maybe the table behind me could maybe hear me, but other than that, it was like, I was like, I cannot believe how loud that dude was. And then it was like the next thing you know, he was just like gone. So it's like, I don't know. I have never necessarily had that where it's like, I have a patron doing that. It's more just like a patron is with another person or whatever, and they're just having a loud conversation. But for a dude just to be sitting at the bar by himself on his phone, screaming into his phone, and just, it wasn't even that he had like that loud of a voice. I think it was just the difference between like him hearing it on his phone to talking into the microphone. But goddamn, dude, it was fucking annoying. Like it was all we could hear. And
Yeah.
I had headphones in too. And it was like insane. I don't know how, if I was a bartender, which was like maybe from like here to that thing right there, that's like how far the bartender was. And then the dude was sitting on the other side of the bar. It was like, I would have lost my shit, dude. I'd been like, hey man, you need to take that outside.
Exactly. I was gonna say, if it's like disruptive where it's like making people uncomfortable, I'd be like, go outside. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just common courtesy, I feel like.
Yeah, it's weird. Do you think it was like a hearing problem, or because he was heated, or because he was attention seeking?
I think it could have been a little bit of everything. It seemed like this dude, just from the way he was talking, it seemed like he maybe had some money. So I think it was more of like an entitlement thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I think was
Like,
annoying
this
about
is
it.
very important.
Because he was like, yeah, exactly. But if it's that important,
Oh,
fucking
God.
put a coaster on your drink and step outside or go into the bathroom or something. Like nobody cares if you're talking
No.
in the bathroom.
That's
but,
weird behavior. It's rude.
And it wasn't a big place either. So everybody in the place could hear him,
Yeah.
like for sure.
Yeah, I think it was an ego thing.
I think so
It
too.
seems like it, yeah,
Yeah.
for
The-
sure.
I see a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think
Which is also crazy to me. Like,
it's weird.
I don't like, who are you trying to impress at a bar?
Yeah, like I'm not
For real.
impressed. Like,
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Like going into, well, and that's, I think comes back into like being like on a first date with multiple guys in the same week or something like that, or multiple girls in the same week, whatever it is. Like it is kind of like an ego thing. I feel like where you're like, hey, instead of like taking my usual, I'm going to take a rum and Coke. And then that's why I think I am like, oh, you're going to have the same thing you do every single day, Susan, like or whatever, like.
Yeah, again, like it is weird that they are going there. It's like almost like they're trying to like send some kind of message in some way.
Well, and
or it's just their favorite bar and that's where they want to take them. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on the person.
I don't know. There's dating on or like watching dates come in on the like your shift, I think is like sometimes the best part about your shift though.
For real. Just watching everything go down.
You can be like, that's not going well. Or you can be like, it's very cute. Like, yeah.
I will say though, when that has happened with a certain individual, like a regular I have in my bar that I don't necessarily like or think is a good person, I have absolutely warned that woman who comes in with him.
Really?
And I'm
like when they go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Holy shit.
I could tell she was very drunk and like very into this person. And I was like, please don't go home with him. Like I see him here every weekend and he's not a good person.
What did she say?
Oh, she didn't really care. She's
like, nah, I'm still gonna fuck him anyway.
Because these were both
sorry, but that was like, she's like, no, I don't care.
No, she was so drunk that she was like, what?
Oh no,
and like
that's even worse.
Didn't get it, and I was like, okay, like I tried, like that's not on me anymore. I feel like I did my part, like woman to woman. I was like, hey, I don't trust him. I wouldn't go home with him. And she was just like, what? I don't care.
What? I will take another shot of vodka, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have you ever done that before? Have you straight up cock-blocked a dude?
Listen.
Or a
I can't
girl?
say that I have,
Listen.
to be honest.
He deserved it.
I'm sure he did. He did.
Probably.
I've never gone that far, but it's always been in the back of my head where I've like wanted to say something and be like, but then also at the same time, I'm like,
there have been times where I'm like, that's not my place. Like they can do their thing, whatever. But this was like, I like genuinely do not trust this person. And she is much drunker than he is.
yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, that's not okay. And I think you did do the right thing as a bartender, honestly,
you.
to like give them the heads up and be like, hey, I don't trust this guy. I see this dude every weekend, whatever, you know. But I think that's also like kind of my mentality of it too. When I'm like, oh, what's up, Josh? Like, good to see you again, you know, whatever. Like, you'll take a Coors Light, and they're like, yeah. it's like, gotcha, bitch. I don't know. That's just where I go with it. Is I definitely, again, it's kind of the same thing. It's like I would definitely be checking the bartender's response and to like how they respond to somebody. If they're like, oh, I go here all the time, I'd be like, okay, how do these people think about you? You know,
Absolutely.
especially if it was like a first date type scenario or whatever. And if it goes really good and all the bartenders love them, and then you know you're in a good spot, and you're like, oh, this person's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what happened to me the last time too, by the way. So I was hounding the bartenders.
Yeah.
I was hounding the bartenders. I was like, how much do you know about her? What's going on? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine a customer coming up?
Where
Have you
did
ever
she
had
live?
that?
No, but like as a woman, I wouldn't find that like weird or off-putting at all. But I feel
Well, I
like
mean,
it
you
might
wouldn't
be
know
a
about it.
little
You'd
bit
be in the bathroom.
different. No, if roles were reversed. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. But no, I was gonna say I don't think I've ever actually had that happen where like somebody's come up to me and been like, hey, I'm on a first date. They said they go to this place all the time. What do you know about them? I've never actually done that either. I just thought that'd be really funny to say.
Yeah, I can't say that I have either, to be honest.
Me either, but I would love that.
We should advocate
like,
for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Add a little
Till you
entertainment.
really don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Poor people tip of the day. If you're on a first date at a bar that you frequent, or that okay.
Your date frequents.
that your date frequents, then yes, ask the bartenders about them.
Yeah.
They will give you the most honest answer
Yeah,
for sure.
We will give you all the gossip
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. Especially me. I'll be like, oh man. No. Okay. With that, I think, do we have any other topics we want to talk about?
No, I'll save them for the Patreon.
Okay, yeah, we'll save it for the Patreon. Let's get into our douche of the week. So hold on, I gotta think about mine for a second. If somebody else wants to go
Okay,
first.
yeah, I have one. And first, I want to prompt it with a question for you guys as bartenders. When a customer is like, "Put it on so and so's tab," do you do that without asking? Like, do you trust their judgment, or are you like, "Hey, they said I can put it on your tab. Is that cool?" What do you typically do?
I have an answer for this.
I say it depends on what the situation is, because actually last weekend I had this happen at one of our private parties. I overheard the guy saying like, "Oh, you guys can do whatever you want." So
Okay,
just
so
put it
that
on
is
the tab.
yeah, which I prefer to like hear it from the person
Yeah,
and be like,
exactly.
"This round is on me." I'm like, "Okay, great." Like,
Yeah,
there's
it
no
makes me
miscommunication.
feel so weird when
yeah.
people are like, "Put it on this guy's tab," and I'm like, "Well, does this guy know about it?"
Yeah, and sometimes I ask that, and usually when I do, they're like, "Oh, it's fine,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Okay."
I'm very much the type of person. Okay, this actually happened to me at
Yeah.
our bar recently. And so no matter what, typically what I am is I'm the type of person where they'll be like, "Oh, put it on this guy's tab." All I do is I look at them and I'm like, "Do you want it on your tab?"
Right.
And they'll either say yes or no. If they say yes, then fine. If they say no, I'm going to charge them for it, whatever. But there was this dude that was at the bar. He was sitting at the corner. He was like probably the most sober out of the entire group. And it was like him, maybe another guy, and like two other girls. So I think they're on like a double date or something. And maybe like there was like a fifth wheel or something like
Right.
that. Anyways, this dude is like, does not want to be here. Like, wants to go home. He's not in a bad mood to me as
Just
the
not having
bartender,
fun.
just not having a good time. Yeah, whatever. And he's just like, I can see it in his face and in his emotion, like his body, that he just wants to leave. So whatever. So the girls are taking like a long time in the bathroom, which never happens. But but I can like see this guy getting like visibly like more and more frustrated.
Yeah.
And he just wants to leave, whatever. And so then the girls come out of the bathroom and they're all fucked up and they stand right next to him and he's like, "About fucking time, whatever." And they're like, "We want to do another shot." And then I was like, "Okay, what do you want to do?" And they order more shots and then they're like, "Well, put it on his tab." And I literally was like about to be like, I almost said no for him, but I was like, "Do you want this on their tab?" And he was like, "Just fucking put it on the tab." And then I was like, "All right, dude, I'm sorry." Like, I was like, you could have said no, but also if you agree to it, like, I'm just gonna put it. It's easier, but it's also like,
Right.
I feel for you, dude.
When
like,
I see that happen, sometimes I'm like, "Okay, are you sure?"
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Okay."
I always say, "Are you sure?"
Like, your
Yeah.
friend got you this time, but like next one is on you.
Yeah.
Like, I like say something like
Yeah.
that where I'm like, "Okay, he got you. Your turn next."
Well, and then there was this girl too. Like the dude had a girlfriend, and then one of the girls that was with them was like flirting with him
Ew.
and like being like, "Oh, put my drink on his tab." And I literally like laughed in her face at that point because I was like,
Are
"This
you
dude
guys
is-"
on a date?
I was like, "This dude is not gonna buy any more fucking drinks for you guys. Like he is pissed." And then I was like, "Pff, okay." And I just looked at the dude and he was like, again, just like, "Put it on my tab." And I was like, "God damn, dude, like have some fucking
That
self-respect."
shit,
Like,
I see that shit all the time, and I'm like, "Hey, you don't have to do that
Yeah.
because you know what? I think that's also going to affect my tip."
yeah,
When
exactly,
you don't want to be
exactly
buying all of those drinks, it's like I said a couple weeks ago or whatever, where I was like, $60.
Yeah.
Like, no way, that's
Yeah.
my tab. I'm like, "Well, you bought everyone shots."
And-
then
and
they
it-
tip $3.
And it's not even his fault either. Like
No.
that's the other thing. It's not him offering.
Don't
it's
agree
them
to it.
forcing him to buy
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
That's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel awful when they're just like, "I guess I'll put it on
Yeah.
my tab." Like,
I'm
no,
like,
say
okay.
no.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now I have to do it because
Right.
you told me to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So my story with this is I had this like group of people who came in and they were all like pretty drunk. But then there was this girl I asked her what she wanted first because I think they were upstairs and they went downstairs for a little bit and they came back. So I didn't know if anyone had a tab open. So this group came up and I was like, hey, what do you want to this girl? And she was like, can I get a tequila shot? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, do you have a tab open or not? And she was like, I don't think so, but one of the guys has it. And I was like, okay, which one of you has a tab open? And like the guy was like, me, but I don't think he like realized I was asking because someone had ordered a drink on his tab. And she's like, put it on his tab.
And then
I
he's
was like, okay.
He straight up Dumb and Dumbered you.
Just put it on their tab. They're very nice.
Seabass said that.
Well, if that guy at the table over there is Seabass.
So when he went to close, he was like looking at the receipt, which when anyone is like looking at their receipt after I like print it out, I'm like anxious. I'm like, did I bring something wrong? Like, what's the problem? And I heard them talk. He was heard him talking to one of the other girls in his group. He's like, I don't even know that girl. Like, why is her drink on my tab? This girl took advantage of this guy and me fully. I think she met this group that night, like, you know, inserted herself into this group and then tried to put her drinks on the group's tab.
I feel okay. I'm not saying this to like be whatever sexist or anything, but I swear to God, girls do that more often than I don't think I've ever had a dude, unless it's like a group of dudes. Like I've never had a dude come up and fully order like a shitload of stuff and then put it on some chick's tab.
Mm-hmm. No, it's weird. Like you shouldn't like expect that.
No.
Or like take advantage of
Although
that.
I will say that's some sly dog maneuvering right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some,
I was
like-
like,
she's like,
I didn't know how to, and I'm like usually pretty confrontational. Like I don't mind like speaking up,
yeah,
but I was
don't
like,
either.
he was so drunk, and I'm surprised he even looked at his tab. Like the group was fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
But I was like, who do I even like? I was like, is something wrong? But also like, I don't think she's gonna pay for her drink herself. Like, how does this work? I don't know.
That's so shitty because at that point too, like you feel for him, but you're also like, sorry, dude. Like she like did she like leave before?
No, and
Like,
she
he
was still there,
paid
and
out?
she was still like being chatty with the girls in the group. So I think he was just like, okay, like if she's a friend, whatever. But I don't know what the relationship was at all. Like I don't know
we
the
need to
story.
get her on the
But she
podcast.
really. Oh. Yeah.
Crazy.
So that felt weird. I didn't really know what to do, like in my position where she like acted like she was part of the group and
Yeah.
that he was buying
Well, and
the
you
drinks.
don't know either. You know, like
But like I should have been like, but I was like, okay, whose tab are these going on? And he
Yeah.
was like, me. And I didn't realize that she wasn't part of that.
oh man,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Awkward.
Super awkward. Do you have a douche of the week, Megan?
So there was this one dude that came in, I want to say like a month ago, maybe. It wasn't my customer, but it was a dude sitting at a booth, and he ordered an Adios Motherfucker, which is made with Sierra Mist, correct?
I don't know.
having-
Actually.
Don't ask me.
What's in it? I was just gonna ask you what's in it.
pretty much a Long Island, except instead of the Pepsi, it's Sierra Mist, and then you add the blue carousel.
okay, yeah.
into it
I have
too.
seen those.
All
yes,
I knew is
yes,
there's carousel in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does have Sprite in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
It has like a
this-
splash
Yeah.
at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. At
So
the
this-
minimum, at least. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I made the drink. The server took it to the table, and then he came up to the bar with the drink, and he's like, yeah, what did you make this with? Because I don't think you made it correct. And I'm like, oh, well, that's how I've been making it for the past 3 years. So, like,
Right.
did you
Yeah.
want, like, what did you want instead? What were you thinking?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's supposed to be made with Pepsi, like, instead. And I'm like, okay. I
Okay.
didn't say this, but, like, I didn't think it would taste that good, to
Right.
be honest. Like, that sounds awful, to be honest. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then I remade the drink with the Pepsi. Looked disgusting. The
Yeah.
color was nasty.
Like
Can you imagine
brown.
just blue carousel with fucking Pepsi?
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a.
No, thank you.
Never
That's
mind.
bad.
And so
It's brown. It's brown for sure.
yeah. And so
Or
the
green.
server took it back to the table, and the dude was just like going off on the server, like, "Oh, you need to teach your bartenders how to do their job. Like, I don't mind schooling.
Wait, this was
your
down here?
bartenders. Yeah.
Ew.
I was like,
He said school your bartenders?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, why? Okay.
At that point, I would have walked
know
over to that
anything,
table and been
apparently.
like,
Also,
I made this. What do you
okay.
got to say?
Like, I just wanted to be like, hey, just take a quick Google search real quick.
Yeah,
And
literally. It does.
I do
the
not
first,
see one brown.
no one
Audio's gonna
has
cover there.
ever ordered that from me. Like, sure,
Really?
that was on like my list of like basic drinks I should know, whatever. But literally, no one has
It's
ever
definitely a
ordered that
rare
from
one
me.
here.
It's-
Definitely
Yeah.
more Long Island's than anything. But
Yeah.
It's what we used to call them. I didn't realize it was this, but we used to call them garbage cans.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
the same thing. It's just fucking every well liquor and then blue curacao, seven up, and
Also, red flag drink.
yeah.
oh yeah.
For
Red
real.
flag
Oh
drink
yeah,
order.
I think that's why it's called adios, motherfucker, or a garbage can. If
Yeah.
anybody ever orders
getting trashed on
either
that.
of those drinks, yeah. Back to first dates. if your date, my foot was just stuck in this chair. Also, we need to talk about how hard these chairs are. It felt like my little sister kicked me in
Yeah,
the
they're
shin
comfy to sit
earlier
in,
when I was moving
but
these.
moving them, yeah, it does feel like you're getting kicked. Like, I have so many bruises from moving these
my
chairs
gosh.
everywhere.
Do you ever wake up with like
rough.
bruises from like, but all you did was like work the day before, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Where
and
did
then,
these go from?
and then you're like bumping into everything. Like you remember, you're like, oh well, I did. I clipped my knee on the like well. and
Yeah,
then, like,
it depends on where the bruise is.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does that hurt right there? And I'm like, oh, that must have been this at the bar.
I swear
okay.
I'm always getting hurt around here.
Yeah.
Well,
It's hard
especially.
to, if there's like a rush or something, it's like you're moving so fast
Yeah.
that in the moment you're like, ow, that fucking hurt, but
Yeah.
gotta keep going.
Go.
And then it's after
Yeah.
the fact, you're like, oh.
Do you ever get that with like? Do you guys? Okay, this is. Oh, okay. I just want to say that my douche of the week was I think that guy on his phone sitting at the bar.
yeah,
I think
for
that's.
sure.
I think that's a big douche move. So
That's
we're just
fair.
gonna go with that. But I will say also, and then we can end it after this. Is that like? Do you guys when you open cans? I didn't watch you earlier when you opened these cans first. Or wait, no, you didn't. Did you?
No.
No.
Not for y'all, no.
She's
That's
not on the
coming out of
clock.
your tip. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, you're right. You're not on the clock. Fuck.
Yeah, you can't
I'm
tip
just
me.
kidding. Yeah, you can't
Doesn't
even tip
matter.
me. No, we're still gonna tip you. The I was gonna say there are times when I'm so busy that I'll like pop it with my finger and then I'll be like, oh, like the can like just
Oh.
gets right under your nail just enough.
I almost only pop the
With
cans
the-
with
with
my
the-
finger.
Oh
With-
really?
Yeah. With,
You don't
sometimes-
use the bar key?
Not usually. I feel like
You don't either?
No.
I wasn't like.
The cans are pretty good.
I'm
The
not-
bottles, on the other hand, like the
I-
Coors Light or the Miller Lite bottles, they're
Even if it's
so
a
hard to
twist,
open.
yeah. Even if it's a twist, I use the thing because
Oh,
it
yeah.
hurts my hands.
I
real
cut
bad.
up my like palm on bottles more often than not.
Yeah.
But then I fuck up my nails. Well, not like that. Like I like will like rip my nail off almost. Like when I crack tabs sometimes. I don't know. That's
How long
just
are
like
your
the
nails,
worst.
Jaydn?
You should interpose
about the same as
super.
mine.
He needs to. He better
Yeah.
remember all this. We got a lot of good add-ins you got to do this week, Mike.
For real.
But yeah, I mean, if it's been like a busy night and I've opened like a lot of cans, definitely my fingertips start to hurt. But I think it like slows me down when I use the opener. I'm just
Really?
like not
It
good at
does,
using the opener.
yeah.
I think I don't know. I've seen
Me
videos
too,
of people
me
like.
too.
Yeah, that's
I can't do
could
that.
never.
Do
Yeah.
that's crazy to me because I don't have like nails and I still use it every time almost
I mean,
unless
I
I'm
think
really
it's a
busy.
good like habit to start when you first start bartending.
Yeah.
Is like just open it with this.
well, and you can just like if you get the hang of it just right, you can just like just
see,
right
I don't,
in and like
I don't have that
scoop it in
skill.
and
That's
up.
something I would like to work on.
It's not that hard. Just kidding.
Well, no one ever taught me.
I'll teach you, Haley, even though
All
we
right.
never worked together
Thanks.
ever.
We might in like March coming
Really?
up. You know, like I don't know, St. Patrick's Day or something.
Dibs on basement. This is on camera
Stop.
too.
Wait.
I'm gonna show this to Andy
I
on Thursday.
have a text drafted to
Wait for
our
us
bosses.
to work together.
No, but I can throw it in there if you want.
What's your text? Is it saying that you want to?
No, I just want to tell them my availability. Jesus, I can't. I'm drunk. I've had one shot and I'm
You
fucking
don't.
drunk.
You don't get to take my dates.
I,
My 2 days that I worked
just-
there.
I'm not taking your
Okay,
days.
okay, good.
I just I can work during the day during like when there's like basketball games on for merch.
Well, if you want to take a couple of my shifts every once in a while, I'm not gonna
I
say no.
don't.
We also work together, but we never see each other.
We work at the same bar now.
As of like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, I quit weekdays because they're not good. So
No.
Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
the only reason I feel like got a job there is because I agreed to work the 2 shifts that nobody wants to work. And then I have been fucking loving it. I'm not going to lie, because it's like super slow. But then sometimes like out of nowhere we'll get slammed.
but late, right?
But like
not until
super
like
late.
midnight.
Yeah. But like
I can't do that.
I
I
will
can't be there
say-
at 6 and then
Well, this last Sunday, it was fucking so cold. It was like 6 degrees by like 7 p.m. or something like that. And so that stopped a lot of people from coming in. At the end of the night, just take a guess at how many checks I closed out. Just guess. The whole night
I can't
from
tell
3
if you're saying that
from
it was
3
like
p.m.
good or bad.
Exactly. So from 3 p.m. to
12.
midnight, 12. What's your guess?
Well, you said it was busy or slow?
He
Slow.
didn't say.
I didn't say.
oh.
I said it was
It's
6
cold as
degrees
fuck.
out
6 degrees. I want to say
Sunday.
yeah.
on a
On
Sunday.
a Sunday.
You were there at 3
Yeah.
until what time?
3 until midnight. We closed because normally they want me to stay open until midnight, but we had all been there forever, which again gives you nothing.
Yeah, I wanna
No,
say
I
because
just
it
want a
could have
genuine-
just been Andrew and Caleb
I
there all
want
fucking
I want a
day.
genuine guess.
No
You
more
said
than
Maybe
12.
even less. Maybe like 6.
Yeah, I want to say no more than 10.
I
be
had
honest.
3.
Oh my!
I closed
See?
out 3 tabs all
Absolutely
night.
not.
Oh,
From 3 p.m. until midnight, I closed out 3 fucking
So
tabs.
how much money did you walk
Awful.
away with?
$28.
Which 3 tabs? Pretty good.
$28. And then, well, this also goes back to what we were saying. We're overtime now, but either
Yeah, I
way,
had to pee
this
so bad.
This goes back to what we were
too.
saying about when people check the tab. My first customer came in. It was 2 people that came in. They were like, "We're doing a one and done." They ordered a shot, and then they were like, "If you want one too," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want one."
I was just gonna write that.
And then I rang them in for 3 shots, and they were like, she gave me 100 also, which I was like, all right, drinks are fucking $6 a
Yeah.
piece, like whatever. So I gave her like $80 back, and she was like, "How much are shots here?" And I was like $6, and she was like, well, and I was like, well, you ordered one for him, ordered one for yourself, and bought one for me. And then I also made one for the owner, who I wasn't going to charge because he just said he wanted one also. So I didn't put that on their tab, but I put
Right.
the one that they bought me on their tab.
Because I asked you if you wanted a shot.
Right. I'm so past the point where it's like, oh, if you want one too, just pour it up for yourself, but don't charge me for it. If
No,
you're going to say
because
if you want
I-
one too, I'm charging you for it every time.
I have had that so many times when I first started.
Yeah.
They're like, and you should take one with us too. And I'm like, okay. And then I do. And they're like, wait, did you charge me for yours? You work here. And I'm like,
Yeah, you offered.
yeah, it's still alcohol. You asked
Yeah.
me. So now when anyone says, like, do you want one too? I'm like, do you want to buy me a shot? That's how I say it. That is my response every single time now because.
Nah, I just like
And-
the confrontation.
And they always say, yeah, I'll buy you a shot. But I think it's like, I don't know. They just like assume.
My thing is like, oh, if you want one too, like you're not offering for me to steal a shot from behind the bar. You're offering for me or for you to buy me a shot. So it's like
That's- it's weird.
I would never, and I would never do that. As like even today when you were getting us these beers, I was like, if you want a shot, you can put it on our tab also.
Yeah.
She took 12. I paid for all of them,
Oh,
but like,
yeah, definitely.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm
Stop.
just kidding.
I would be on the floor right
Yeah, no, me too.
You would think, I know, but here you are standing. I'm just
Stop.
kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, like I think that's we can wrap on this is that like if you are ordering from a bar, no matter what it is, no matter how you're doing it, you need to be specific about your intentions. Same thing with like being with a group at a bar and then one person's paying for the tab. Be clear about who is on the tab. Be clear about this, be clear about that, just so the bartender knows exactly what you're doing and like how it's going to go down for them at the end, because that's always the most difficult part, is getting people's checks ready, especially if you've been there a few hours. All right.
I feel that.
With that, we can go into our Patreon, which if you're not subscribed to our Patreon, it's only $5 a month. We're going to do an exclusive uncensored episode with Anna as soon as she gets here. And make sure you follow Brick and Ivy. What's the socials?
I think it's Brick and Ivy Rooftop, I want to say, on Instagram. And we have a Facebook, too. That's where we keep up with, like, all of our live music events and stuff, too. But yeah.
Brick and Ivy on Facebook and Instagram, or Brick and Ivy Rooftop on Facebook and Instagram.
Rooftop.
Okay. And then also, do you want people to follow you?
I mean, you can. I haven't posted in like 2 years, but
That's fine. Plug it.
Follow Megan on
yeah,
everything.
it's Megan.Dority, Dority, but
All right. Is that your last name?
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. And then make sure you follow Poor People Podcast on everything, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube.
All of the social medias.
All the social medias. And yeah, Megan, thank you for being here
this
last
was
minute.
Having me,
Also,
guys.
Yeah.
yeah, this has been a lot
This
of
was
fun.
fun, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna get into our Patreon here, and yeah, just again, thank you, Brick and Ivy. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, nobody else.
Okay. Fuck the rest of you. All right, we have a saying.
Okay.
For richer, for poor, thanks for watching Poor People.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna